Alright, bruh. That just costed me like 9 minutes of unnecessary yapping, bruh. My mic was off, bruh. But anyway, we're not gonna let that upset us. Okay. Anyways, basically, what I tried to start the stream off last time with, I thought I had the mic on. Now I do. So, pretty much gonna give an introduction like I did last time. This stream is pretty much for Will, brother Will. I'm gonna just pretty much give a breakdown of everything that how this whole process works. So right here, like I said, I'm a partner basically working with AI. It's not a contract or nothing. It's just like, hey, AI, can you do this for me? And, all right, well, I'll do it for you. And then, y'all partner together. So makes everything easier to manage and set up a business if you do it. Because, this shit right here just completely just indexed coders out of the game. And I'm not gonna say like completely, because obviously they have more experience and can tell AI certain things that a normal person just using AI for their business, that kind of thing. But that's a whole nother kind of thing. But basically saying, bruh, all you need is an AI model. And then you can create pretty much any online business you can possibly think of. So right here, this is the AI I was kind of talking about. It's also Claude Code. That's another good model. So those two right there. If you combine those two, you'll pretty much just have like a human brain on steroids. A genius brain on steroids. So just imagine a genius brain and then on steroids, like times 30 or 50. That's pretty much the case. I'm dead ass, bruh. This shit's crazy. But anyway, yeah, so Cairo, this shit just came out. It's an AI model. You don't have to combine the both. You don't have to use just one. You can do whatever, personal preference. You know, you know what I'm saying? Anybody can do this, bro. Kid, girl, boy, it doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. It's all about the mindset. And like we were talking about, and I know you remember, bruh, this literally goes right back into it, right? So, remember when we were the last time we were in Vegas, and you were talking about like, like, I wish there was like, something that we can be able to like manage businesses and, call them and be like, hey, I can improve this, I can improve that, whatever the case that they needed to save money in their business, help improve, and just overall shoot their business to the moon, right? On the marketing aspect. So pretty much, bro, that shit came alive, bruh. And I'm not gonna lie, it came alive pretty much. Was that 2025 or 2024? I'm pretty sure that was 2024. That was the last time, and that's exactly, what's crazy? It came out right there. You know what I'm saying? With the kind of AI thing, it was kind of 3 years, so kind of a year, but it started to, build up its way around the time we were talking about it, but it wasn't really like heard of, because I don't know, niggas maybe gatekeeped it good enough and built a business, but and then pushed it out. Whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter really, because at least it's out right now, and we're kind of getting in on it at a good time. But anyway, it's just like that, bruh. You feel me? You make a model. I mean, you get your model. You know what I'm saying? You make your business. Whatever that business is, whether it's running ads for a business, building them a new website, dude, the list is unlimited. And if you, like I'm saying, if you use Cairo or Claude Code, bro, you can literally run like probably 50 businesses, and obviously that's a lot of businesses, and I'm not emphasizing it, I'm being so dead serious, but realistically that's not real, but that's just the potential it can go. That's how serious it is. But pretty much just you find your business you want to do. So pretty much, for example, like we had talked about, just like how we had talked about with the whole marketing for a business kind of thing, and helping them upscale. It's pretty much the same thing, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. So what you do is you go into Cairo here, or whatever AI model you're using, all personal preference. I like Cairo because it's on steroids, and Cloud Code. I don't have the actual like strongest subscription with the strongest AI, but I'll be planning on getting that. But I have the plan with Cairo, so I'm loving it so far. But anyway, you go to Cairo, you kind of tell them what you want the business to be, how do you want the business to run, and Cairo / your AI partner, business partner, will pretty much like tell you if the business is possible to do, if he's able to work with you and whatever, and what you tell him he's able to make possible. If he's not, he'll obviously tell you that. And it's not like everything that you come up with is gonna be like, oh, that's not gonna work. That's not, there's obviously something that you come to mind with the business, and something that's logical. It'll work, and he'll be able to assist you in whatever you need to help further grow with your services or product. So pretty much, for example, my web designing agency, for example, let's say we're doing that like we had talked about, right? Or not even like we had talked about, because I think you were more so into like the ads, right? If you are into the ads, bro, come on, let's run this shit up, bro. Because we can add those both into the, or even if you don't want to, we don't have to partner in particular, but I would love to us both build an experience and a journey with this. But anyways, I'm pretty much just wanting to explain that, for example, you get your agency like mine, web designing agency, so therefore I can add more lists to this now, to the list that is now. Oh, okay. Oh, come on. Okay, and you can um okay, I lost my train of thought. Okay, we're good. Uh uh for example, if it's the web agency, then you can, like I was saying, update anything, like if you want to add more kind of options, or open your variety of options to bring to the client. Like say for instance, right now, I have SEO set up, uh, or in better words, SEO system, which kind of like keywords all of their like menu items into Google searches. So pretty much uh, to Google searches like against their competitors. So like pretty much, I would pretty much what it is. I'm not saying I would, but what the process is for SEO system is, if, say for instance, if they don't have it and one of their menu items kind of says like, let's say, at the top of my head right now, which is from another lead, is volcano omelet, right? Volcano omelet. So let's say, like I said, they don't have the SEO, and if somebody knows what that omelet is, or the name of it, um, but when they look it up, it's not at the top of the search. They have to either dig for it, or they have to go to DoorDash or a third-party app, to look up that particular item on their menu, right? Basically keyword. So if they look up like best volcano omelet near me, right? They don't have the setup. It's not gonna show up automatically, but if they do have the SEO setup, pretty much it's just a small thing. It pretty much just puts them at the top of the searches against their competitors, which is other local or big franchise companies, that have these systems in store that they don't, since they're a local business that don't really too much involve themselves in the marketing side. Some do, some don't. Uh, Everybody's different, but anyway, let me turn that off. So another thing, my bad for yapping so long, but another thing would be the web design. So the web design is pretty much just, they have an old, outdated website, or if the website is kind of in a PDF form. So I can kind of show you what a PDF form kind of website looks like. This is one of the leads that I have, and they're a prime example. I think it's just Garlic Brother. Okay, no, it's not. Oh my God, 3,000 for this domain. Okay. Okay, Garlic Brothers and online, yeah. Okay, so this right here is a prime example of a PDF website. I know the website looks pretty, like, well, it doesn't look bad, like, everything is good. Bro, it's just complete shit, alright? And we're obviously not gonna tell the client that, like, look at this menu. They have to go to the other side, and for mobile users, it opens an entirely new tab, basically downloading the file of their menu just to order. And look at this. You see Garlic Brothers, weekday specials, $16 entries. You see Monday local night, $16 entries. Okay, they have the time and everything, but $16 entries. what are the entries for? You know what I'm saying? It's not a very good description. And I could be tripping. Well, I'm not tripping, actually. I'm being totally honest. I'm not going to say tripping, but kind of exaggerating it. But, you would want to know what those entrees would be if you've never been there. And, you see that Monday local night, which is a weekday special. You're like, okay, well, what do they have there? You can't see. So, anyways, the lime, the list goes on pretty much, is what I'm saying. And, no items. No pictures of the items, you know what I'm saying? No pictures of the item, no real pictures of the items even. It's just terrible, right? And this would be a prime example of websites to target /clients/leads, right? So anyway, that is the case. So with the web design, you can pretty much just say, hey, I see you guys don't have an online ordering system. That is double O. Online ordering system in your guys' system. On your guys' website. So it pretty much like shows us that the orders that you guys are getting, which is probably through DoorDash or anything, they're taking a lot of fees for your orders since you don't have your own ordering system. So yeah, in their catering menu, like I said, I told them this is a prime example. This is terrible. They have to download. Like, what if a caterer customer wanted to click on this and say, okay, I'm gonna see a list of items, pictures of items, of what I can get a catering order for. And in that case, you can't neither see any of this. It's focaccia bread, okay, that's good, but what does it look like? Or it says half pan, that's fine for the bread, but the salad, what kind of salad, where is it from? It can be a lot more descriptive. Chicken, the list goes on, like I'm saying. Anyways, prime example for web design, you would upscale this from a PDF site that it is in now, and you'll just make it completely updated. This picture is very blurry. This is pretty good, but like I'm saying, it can use a lot of work. And this isn't even one. This is just one of thousands, hundreds of thousands of companies that are just the same like this, which is why it's in high demand. Not everybody's going to be able to reach every local business, right? So, why it's not saturated, that's why. But anyway, that's the web design, and then the ordering system, pretty much in a nutshell. I kind of yapped on it a little bit. I hope I didn't, but yeah, that's pretty much it with that. Like I said in the beginning, you can add more to your variety of services. It doesn't just have to be those three. But being as though, we are targeting these small local businesses that may not have as much money to enhance their business or service their business. It pretty much those three options are a pretty cheap and beginner basic offer, which is roughly around like $500 to $800 per client, along with the monthly maintenance fee, which is obviously below $200, because you don't want to just have them being like, okay, well, I'm paying this a lot of money monthly, It could just be a small payment. It can be even as low as $75. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to strategize to your company. And eventually, obviously, when you gain more clients in a better portfolio, then you can obviously start upscaling your price, and because you'll be able to back up your work with the portfolio. Holy stutter, with the portfolio that you built. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the whole rundown, and explaining the agency and stuff like that. GitHub is your best friend when you're using Cairo. This is where you'll be able to save a lot of the projects that you work on with Cairo. Is GitHub. You create a repository on GitHub, and Cairo is actually able to push all of those files that you guys worked on over into the GitHub. So basically, if you need to, which is how this process works of web design agency, you pretty much get the client, blah blah blah. But once you're able to actually book the meeting or convince them to buy, what you pretty much do is you go to Cairo, quickly create a demo website, and it'll push it over to GitHub, and then once it's pushed over to GitHub, you'll be able to open the file, open the link. You'll be able to open the demo, in a website. Pretty much able to send it over to. You'll be able to actually send it over to your client, to let them preview what you've built for them, and that's pretty much it. Or you can keep it on your computer, kind of convince them to get into that meeting if you can't knock out the shit in a day, because that's what a lot of the YouTubers do. They kind of just push for the scheduled meeting, so they don't have to really get everything done in one day. And as long as you got them locked into that meeting, that's money right there. But obviously the end point is in actually closing the deal is getting them to purchase it, right? But those are your good that's a good second step, which is only a 3-step process. You present to them the value proposition, and you give them the offer, which is step 2. 3 is the closing, and 3 is the closing / scheduling the meeting. And since it is since we are kind of beginning, I'm speaking kind of for YouTube, but it doesn't have to be I have to just push for a meeting. I mean, obviously that might be the case, being as though owners aren't always in. You have to talk to the manager. You have to kind of go through a loophole of getting in contact with them. But if you do have to go through those loopholes and send emails and whatever the case, the Zoom meeting may not be the case, since you kind of pushed it so hard and they kind of already have an understanding with the email. You kind of just need to talk to the owner, honestly, and just kind of bring it up to their attention and just push the call right then and there. But like I'm saying, if you don't have to go through the loophole of speaking to an owner and you're able to get the owner, right on the call, then hey, go ahead and kind of give him, just push it at him. You know what I'm saying? Don't give him a break. Tell him the pain points. Tell him exactly what's wrong with his business, how he's losing money, and if you're able to close that sale in that call, then you're able to close that sale in that call. It's no right or wrong, like I'm pretty much saying. And another thing I can probably say, Uh, so I got the GitHub out the way. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And another thing, Stack Blitz. When you're making a demo for the client, you always want to use, you always want to tell Cairo or whatever AI model you're using to use Stack Blitz, because it's a functioning link. It just holds a link. It's obviously coded, a coded file, but once Cairo pushes it, or whatever AI model you use pushes it to GitHub, it becomes a link in an actual demo website, right? Where you're actually able to open it in a new tab and, preview everything, kind of go through the motions and the functionalities of the demo website, right? It's a real website. It's really real, right? All you have to do is, it's just in a demo state, right? So if there's a few bugs, small little shit, it's nothing to worry about, or it won't scare the client as much, because you present to them that, it's a demo site. It's not an actual live real website. So there's obviously going to be, small little bugs, because it's a demo, I mean, your photo, I don't have any of your, public item photos put on here, whatever the case. And there's different ways to do this. The previews of the demo website, you can actually like do a whole website and then add their pictures to it, but it's kind of like doing extra, and Cairo is literally good enough. It's literally like the blueprint, the demo they can make for you, right? Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, GitHub, client demo. Yeah, and that's pretty much it, man. I've been trying to, push this shit to some people. I only push this shit to like one person, and you will. So, bro, I just want somebody to lock in with me, bro. I ain't saying I need somebody, obviously, like, but it would be a cool thing to have somebody that's doing the same profession slash, entrepreneurship, whatever it is, in my circle slash, family. So, and that goes for friends and family, but obviously, another thing too, that this may not be a thing for everybody. I can't push, I can't be that person to push, why wouldn't you want to do this? Why? Because, that'll be hypocritical, and I don't want to be that kind of person. I don't want to be that kind of person at all. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything in a nutshell, man. It's a good stream. I hope I explained it good enough without yapping. In this stream, eat with Mom Deuce, family. And we just gonna go from there, man. Y'all niggas better lock in for real. Well, I ain't saying nothing to you, bro. We've been at this subjective, now it's just time for us to take action. And this shit only takes an hour to set up your business and web design and agency with AI and Stripe, and what are you losing? Lock in, bro. Come on, man. Let's get this money, man. Feel like money. We're gonna get this money. This shit motivated me a lot. Even though I haven't even made money yet, bro, and I feel good. Alright. Everything is going good, flowing good, so everything's set up also, so just gotta put in the work. Hard work pays off. Early bird gets the worm. That's another thing, bro. Keep y'all schedule good. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I've been slacking. Especially with setting up everything. Like I was up all night, like for the past like 2 days ever since I started. I think it was like the 25th when I started for real. I was just up ever since, like to the 27th when I really started getting a break, because I was like, okay, I'm used to calling. You feel me? But with all that being said, bro, you feel me? I'm gonna start streaming this a little more. You know, doing live cold calls to kind of get me out of that shell. Cause I did it yesterday, but I was kind of like, I did it yesterday, and I seen like on the stream, I was like fast, like like you can tell like my heart was just like, not my heart necessarily going so fast, but I was like nervous. I was like, just like, I was like fucking Sonic, bro. I don't know, alright, but I need to drink like an energy drink or something. If not, it's fine. Because sometimes I do feel fatigued, but right now I sound high as shit. I sound fatigued, but I'm just like hella chill, bro. Like, you know, and I'm not even gonna say like this shit kind of pushed me to this point, but it really, I don't know, brought my stress levels down, I guess, or some shit, or just made me a super mellow, chill guy, or fucking genius. I don't know. Maybe that's the effects of using Cairo. I don't know. You know, who knows? But with that being said, lock in, bro. Start your business, and let's run this shit up. And I wanna actually let's go over the outro for this shit. Let's go for an outro for this shit. Let's make an outro. I said Grey Wolf. This guy. Edit. Let's see. Yes.
The perfect domain tells your brand story. Grab it now on Wix Domains and go from what if.
How much money you make?
Oh my goodness. Can we get some good like music?
Mr. Jordan Belfort
Yes.
is the single baddest motherfucker I have ever met. World's greatest sales trainer, Mr. Jordan Belfort.
Nobody. Okay, if you're Warren Buffett or if you're Jimmy Buffett, nobody knows if the stock is gonna go up, down, sideways, or
Listen, Bill, I just I'm not understand how much money you make.
70,000 last month. I'm serious.
Is all this legal? Absolutely fucking not.
Sell me that pen. Watch. Go on. That's my boy right there.
This way.
Fucking sell anything.
Do me a favor, write your name down on that napkin.
I don't have a pen.
Exactly. Supplying the man like that.